Hi, good morning. So excited. I finally received the Sacred Site Oracle cards. Oops, forgot my glasses again. Hopeless. Okay, comes in a beautiful two-piece box. Okay. This is done by Watkins. Okay, this is done by Barbara Meiklejohn-Free with Flavia HeKate Peters. It's Sacred Sites Oracle cards. Harness our Earth's spiritual energy to heal your past, transform your present, and shape your future. The illustrations by Yuri Leitch, which is interesting. Heal your past, transform your present, and fulfill your potential by connecting with the planet's most sacred sites. Guided by world-famous shamanic healer Barbara Meiklejohn-Free, feature breathtaking illustrations by renowned spiritual artist Yuri Leitch. Each card channels the energy of the featured site. The easy-to-use deck is the only one to address the three dimensions of your life: past, present, and future on every card. This oracle contains 53 cards, which capture the energy of ancient sites from all over the world, a detailed guidebook on how to question the oracle and use it to connect with the sites, a mystical symbol plus an exercise or ritual or a meditation on every card to help you draw power and insight from each site. Okay, so it comes with a really good guidebook here. Looks like it's got quite a lot of information per card. So we've got contents north, east, south and west, and then there's a power card which is Mecca in Saudi Arabia. Wow, that's interesting. The power card is actually Mecca in Saudi Arabia. That's interesting. Lived in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, so I have lived in Jeddah. Of course, can't go to Mecca because I'm not Muslim. So since the 1960s, personally visited and connected with many of the planet's sacred places. Also, she talks about how her connection to each place, which is interesting. There's quite a bit of information on that. Then it looks at visiting a site, how to read the cards, consulting the oracle. So you've got the upper world, the middle world, and the lower world. So the upper world is potential, middle world is present, and lower world is past. When you use these cards for the first time, it's a good idea to create a sacred space in which you can consult the oracle. Cleanse your chosen area by burning sage and an abalone shell or other. Starting from the middle of the room, hold the vessel. It talks about clearing the space. It does talk about cleaning the cards, and then it talks about studying the picture on the card, and then it talks about the three worlds. The cards of the oracle are unique in that each one speaks to you on three levels, connecting with your past, your present, and your potential. You'll be drawn intuitively to the area that requires attention, but all three worlds shape the card's message. So the lower world talks about the past. The bottom part of the picture relates to your past, often referring to something you've closed a door on in this life, perhaps in childhood, or even in a past life. It points to lessons still unlearned or unfulfilled, and holds the key to your core strengths and soul's true purpose. The middle world, so this is the center of the card's picture, relates to the energy of the site as you have experienced it today and speaks of your current state of being, of what is going well and what is not. A strong connection to this area indicates the need to deal with issues that come up during the reading sooner rather than later. It requires you to connect to your past for the sake of your future. The upper world, here lies, or talks about your potential. Here lies the unfolding of your soul. Look closely at the imagery. Here it is often symbolic, and its meaning will become apparent as you carry out the card's exercise. Be inspired to take the next step or to change your journey's direction. Then it talks about the four directions. Each card, except from Mecca, is associated with either north, south, east or west, you may find you tend to pull cards from one direction in particular, and that you feel especially drawn to sites from here. Before doing a reading, consider the so you read on about north, east, south and west. So it's going to take a bit of reading to do, which is cool. And then it talks about the power card. One card is not linked to a direction, the power card Mecha. If you draw this card, read it, then immediately draw another. The power card emphasizes the message of the next card you select and indicates that it's of great importance to you right now. As you read the card you draw after the power card, pay particular attention to the power symbol and the middle world and act as a matter of urgency. The power card enables you to really make the most of the transformational potential of all of the sacred sites in this deck. That's interesting, isn't it? So it does talk about each card. So the first card we've got here is Newgrange, right? So energy focus talks about illumination, location, County Meath and Ireland. Oh, that's the location, it's County Meath and Ireland. The energy talks about focus and illumination. So it does talk about the lower world being the past. Question what lies beneath. Deep in the mound of the Newgrange passage's tomb are buried the Tuatha De Danann, the supernatural beings that once defended the Emerald Isles. Then it talks about what happens in the middle world. It talks about the present. I mean, there's a lot more information. I'm not going to go through it. So that's your past. Okay, and that's your middle world, your present. And then you turn over and then that's your potential. And then it tells you journey with the Tuatha De Danann. It tells you about finding a peaceful place where you can use a shamanic drum or play a shamanic drumming CD and allow the beat to take you on a journey. Now use all of your senses as you visualize yourself sitting at dusk by a burning fire with the Tuatha De Danann. So it goes on. I'm not going to go into details yet because that's not what it's about. So it does that for each card. So the next one you look at is Jilling. Okay, so the energy focus is transition and your location is Vili in Denmark. So it talks about the lower world, the middle world and the upper world, and then the evocation of the ancients. Oh, so that's interesting. So your focus for this one really does talk about, so this one would be about illumination. Let's talk about illumination, okay. And so we've got, next one is Kalanesh, which talks about alignment. Okay, and that location is Isle of Lewis in Scotland. So quite cool. Next we've got Externestein, which is liberation. So I'm not going to go through all of them. I just want to show you a little bit about this. We've got Stonehenge, which is about cleansing. So this is one that you're going to have to really use the book to understand. And I'm not going to go through them all. I just wanted to go through those few just to show you. So we've got Glastonbury. Now the cardstock is sort of quite plasticky feelings, and that's the back. Okay, this is Glastonbury finale. Mont-Saint-Michel, Santiago de Compostela, the Vatican. And this is Medina. Okay, wow. The artwork's really cool too. I love the artwork. So it's going to be an interesting one to explore. Theophilus, Delphi. Wow, some really amazing places. You can really see the artwork. So this is going to say no. So this is something I'm going to have to really explore. You can see. Oh, yeah. Well, it must be one between each each one. Whoops. So as we go through each picture, whoops. Right, yeah, they've split them up. They'd split them up with each direction. So each direction will be, looks like it's a culture. Okay. Wow, the artwork's just beautiful. It really is lovely. Oh, Yuri, it's Australia. We've also got a New Zealand card here, which is really cool. Oh, that is really, I'm going to enjoy reading about that, of course. Meiklejohn-Free. Oh, Rapa Nui. Wow. Sedona. Just lovely. Now you'll also notice the corners, you can see the different colours. I don't know if you can see clearly the different colours between each direction, which is interesting. Rock Mountain, okay, and that's the Mecca card there. This is its own. Wow, those are so cool. So now to shuffle them up. What flew out then? It's interesting. We've got a few here. And something flew out, so let me have a look. Just see if I can do a sort of a quick message here. So I really don't know which of these four are most important, because they sort of flew out all together. So I don't know whether, like the Vatican, Santiago de Compostela, Monte Michel and Denali, whether they, I know they're all the same direction, but whether they actually meant anything is a another story. Now the two cards that I pulled were Glastonbury and Bighorn, which is interesting. So we're going to look at the Glastonbury one first. So let's look at the 48. I'm just going to see what the words are. 48. So we've got things blossoming. So we've got, and this is in Somerset in England, so we've got about things growing, that seems to be, or developing, things expanding in some way. Okay, and now the Bighorn one, which I think would be the west. Yep, okay, 226. Okay, 226, where are you? Okay, so this is about principles. Okay, so maybe you're looking at to me this is about, you know, what are your principles, what do you value, and you know, what are your beliefs, your thoughts, you know, what standards do you hold yourself to? So as you expand and develop or grow, as things start to blossom in your life, what standards do you actually hold yourself? I think that's a really important thing to look at. Now the next four cards that sort of flew out together that seemed quite important were obviously from this side here. So let's have a look. I think they're all from the north. Okay, so we've got Denali in the USA. Okay, so that's 52. So Denali talks about inclusion. So talking about, you know, energies that are included, you know, what feels like they're included in the situation. Feels like everything's sort of, you know, what's included in whatever's going on. Here we have Morsi Michelle, which is 56. And Morsi Michelle talks about beliefs. So what's included, to me, that's included of your own beliefs. What have you included in your own beliefs? So, you know, you might have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and how does that come together in your own beliefs, which is really important. Okay, so we're just looking at, okay, so Diego talks about reconciliation. So when you look at what's included in your own beliefs, maybe there's something that you need to reconcile as reconcile within oneself, and there could be a secret. I feel like maybe there's a secret that you need to reconcile. So you're looking at what have you included in your actual beliefs, your actual thoughts, your perception, but you may need to reconcile a secret and what that secret of the past may be. And so what's expanding within oneself gives you a sense of, what did I say? Of principle, you know, you're looking at your principles. Okay, so you're looking at, so what's growing and developing in your, you know, what are your standards? And I think the standards come from, you know, what have you included in your own beliefs, your own thoughts, your perceptions. And maybe there's a secret that you might need to reconcile with your own beliefs, your own ability to, your own principles. Maybe there's a secret that you need to reconcile with your own principles, your own standards that you hold for yourself. That's quite an interesting card, really, when you look at it like that. Let's try to get this card in. Feels like I'm there we go. As we're moving to one side. So when you look at this reading, it's quite interesting, really, because it's really looking at, you know, you growing and developing within who you are, right? And then you're looking at your principles, you know, what are your standards? What are your, you know, what standards do you hold for yourself, you know, or you hold for others? So you're looking at, you know, what's included in your own beliefs that's going to look at how you develop and grow within yourself. So you're really starting to look at, I'm just getting this whole thing about secrets and something that's been hidden for a while, and you really need to reconcile that within yourself. You could find it that it's eating away at you in some way. You could be finding that it's quite difficult for you at this time. So this might be a chance for you to really speak up, or really look within yourself at the secrets that you need to reconcile with yourself. You know, look at your principles, look at what you believe. You know, what is included in your beliefs? What have you pulled from other parts of life? We're all different. So interesting reading from the Sacred Sites Oracle cards. I love them. I can't wait to dive deep into them. It is going to take me a little bit of time. I'm going to try and decide now what tarot deck this is going to work with as well. So it's going to be interesting to have a look and see how, I mean, I've wanted this deck for a long time, and I'm so pleased I finally got it. It's really exciting deck to start diving deep into. Okay, that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links below. Check the links in my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. So that's it from me. Take care and blessed be.